What's up, friends? Welcome back to the number 2 podcast. I'm Glenn.
I'm Simi.
And this episode is going to be
Naughty
or nice. Welcome back to the episode. Today, we're going to cover topics such as the holidays, the chaos of the world, and everything you should be watching on your television, TikTok.
Apple Watch.
I was going to say titty.
Watch.
Titty later. Titular. That's a word. Titular. The titular event of the season.
I think I do that on a daily.
Ronde de jambe.
Is it Ronde de Jean or Ronde de Jam? Or is it
Shonda Rhimes?
Katie Couric?
Rita Repulsa. Rectum. Welcome back, as always. We're happy to have you. I'm here with my co-host, Simi, partner, villain, Espinaca dip. It's a spinach cheese dip.
Vocabulary.
Found in the Midwest at Las Casuelas.
And also with you.
Jamen.
Je m'appelle.
I'm Jamen.
Simi.
First, we want to let you know that we all survived another week post-election. The world did not end.
And post-pandemic.
Some people are not handling the results well, and I fear for their mental health. I feel like I should invest in BetterHelp. Are they a publicly traded company? These healthcare companies are going to make so much money over the next decade in mental health care.
What's that?
What is that? I don't know. Anyway, so crazy times. We hope everybody's doing all right. If you need somebody, we are here for you as much as we can be.
DM me.
Slide into our DMs and you'll go into my spam thing filled with all the models that are looking to give me free bracelets.
And 3 months from now, I will check it.
And I'll swipe and I'll delete it.
And I'm afraid it'll be too late.
That's terrible.
It's just gone dark all of a sudden.
The darkness. But in better news, Thanksgiving is coming, a made-up holiday loosely based on a horrible, horrific event that happened.
The Titanic.
No, the pilgrimage. When the pilgrims came and said, "This is now ours." And the people here were like, "Bro."
Story as old as time.
And who came up with time?
The Pilgrims.
A man. The Pilgrims. No. Anyway, so I'm excited for Thanksgiving just because we need something to be
thankful for.
There should be more gratitude-based holidays, I think.
So important.
There should be like, what would another gratitude-based holiday be? Like in April? Like
I would say in February, Valentine's Day.
No, that holiday already exists. That's about love. That's not about gratitude.
To your loved one.
That's not a gratitude-based holiday.
But it is.
It's a love-based holiday.
Which is gratitude.
I'm trying to invent a new one.
Mixed in.
To start. All it takes is one to start it. One drop.
A month of pride in June.
We already have that.
Oh, you were wanting to start a brand new one.
I'm saying we need more gratitude-based holidays. Thanksgiving is the only one. We're like, the concept is we're just grateful. So it's like, what else could we do?
Like I said, all the other holidays are pretty much based on that too.
No.
Even a birthday is having gratitude that that person was born.
But it's not purely gratitude-based. It's like, I'm thinking, what's next month? December?
I feel like Thanksgiving's about being thankful, but really it's all about eating. Christmas is about, it's supposed to be about religion, but really it's about presents.
But I'm grateful for the presents.
So you agree with me that it is a little bit about being grateful and gratitude and thankfulness.
There can always be more presents.
And always be more gratitude.
It feels like when there were DVDs, there were more presents. But now that DVDs don't exist.
And CDs.
There are less presents. So it's like, what has replaced CDs and DVDs?
It's like, did you just get someone a subscription to
Pop Funko?
Spotify?
What do you open? A gift card? No. If you're buying people gift cards, unacceptable. That's not a gift. Ornaments?
Birkin.
A Birkin bag is not the new filler present.
Oh. Well.
What is it? Candy? What are people opening now that you don't open movies?
Racism, misogyny, and all those other things. That's what it's come to now. This is what our world is.
How do you package that and open it under a tree? God, you really went there. This is like a funny pitch. Like, what are people opening? I really can't think of anything. Tools?
Self-made arts and crafts.
Self-made arts and crafts. Like you went to one of those like wine and paint nights and then you're giving somebody your painting? I don't think so.
Yeah. You hodgepodge a picture that you printed from Instagram.
Don't get me that. It's not on my list. I don't want it.
On a wooden plank.
The things I don't want for Christmas are like socks.
Actually, I want those types of things.
Polos.
I think you get to a certain age, you're like, socks, chonies, and suspenders.
Suspenders. A gift certificate
To
the
Applebee's.
dentist, to Applebee's, next to the dentist. That's a good gift. Yeah, this year my advice to everyone is buy practical gifts, but not socks. Like call the electric company and pay my bill, and then don't get me anything because you've given me the ultimate gift.
Start a GoFundMe for me.
Start a GoFundMe for me. Yeah.
For my IBS.
Do not buy me Cameo videos. Those lose value instantly.
Once those people are canceled.
It's not a good gift. This podcast is not brought to you by Cameo. No judgment. It is fun, but no long-term value. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting holiday season, to say the least. But we're feeling festive. If you haven't started decorating, you better get to it. Our tree is up. Our ornaments hold their value in memories.
Yeah, they last a very long time.
Yeah.
If you store them properly.
And it's so annoying to have to rebox them. So it's like you keep them up extra long. And you think before buying another one, because then you've got to, although we threw away all the boxes, so it's a problem.
Storage.
Let us know in the comments below if you're excited for Christmas or Thanksgiving. What are you cooking? What are you contributing? On the next episode, we'll share our banana pudding secret recipe with you. We should do a cooking episode.
People love it, but it's the easiest thing to make.
Our kitchen is too small, so we couldn't really do a cooking episode. We'd have to use like a TV tray right here. Be like, welcome to the TV tray cook show. Ooh, that's a good show. Our next topic on the podcast is
Let us know.
Sing.
Fun.
We are huge fans of TV and film, and we have recently seen
A scary movie.
and we have also seen the most heartwarming TV show ever, and we wish to discuss those things in this segment we like to call Chatting About TV and Film.
Boom, boom, boom.
Pottery Barn! There's a movie out called Heretic, and I don't know if you have read the Bible, which I have not. It's very long and wordy, as most books are.
And lots of versions.
A lot of versions, but they made a movie called Heretic. It's a horror movie. I do not recommend, if you're scared of anything, to see it. I also do not recommend anybody see it, but do see it because it's really good. And it stars Hugh Grant, who is like a rom-com man. And then there's two actresses who I think are really famous, but I don't really know who they are, who play Mormon missionaries. And they go to this house, spooky house, and he basically abducts them and holds them hostage in an effort to like
Spoiler alert.
well, it's in the trailer. If
What
you've seen the
haven't
trailer,
what if you don't watch trailers?
then I don't know what you're doing, because this could be a different topic. Every trailer I've ever seen is the whole movie. So then you go see the movie and you're like,
Why did I even watch it?
why did I sit through 2 hours when I sat through a minute 45 and I already knew what happened? Except for like one scene where they think there's a twist and like there's not really a twist. But this movie kind of has a twist a little bit. Like it's unclear, like, the thing he's looking for, like that he knows or whatever, like you don't know. But anyway, the movie talks about religion. So it's very triggering.
It's very thought-provoking.
Very thought-provoking. And I loved it. Like it was really fun.
I don't know about fun, but
I think
you definitely left the theater feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah. I mean, it was good for a horror film.
Yeah, I agree.
So it tackles religion. So my pitch for another horror film that is controversial would be, what would you like a horror film to be about?
2024.
You're like, I'm already living it. Didn't they already make that movie? It was like 2025 and it was like climate change, the end of the world or whatever. It was like New York City flooded. Remember that movie?
Yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. They were like in that hotel. There's always so much flooding. And now
The
it's
year
real.
has already passed.
And the year has already passed. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what is scary to people anymore. I mean, the fact that they even made that movie, or like, it wasn't even scary. You just left and you were like, wow, like, yeah, like there are a lot of problems with organized religion. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah.
I think it was like both sides.
What do you mean? Like, it was like,
It was thought-provoking for both sides. It was just like, I think it showed you that like faith and a belief in something was important, but then also like what it ultimately does in the end.
Yeah. But I also think the real lesson in that movie is if you ever find yourself trapped in Hugh Grant's scary house, pay attention to the details as you go through, because then you'll have the solutions to get to the end.
That's what I don't get about these movies sometimes, because sometimes I think to myself, I would be a little bit more hysterical and I would fight.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, why are you standing there? Like, just grab something. Like, kill this guy right now, right in front of you.
Well, they tried, remember?
No, I
But
mean,
not
even
early
earlier,
enough.
like,
Even earlier, yeah.
yes, I'm just like, this will never happen with me in a house like that. Or even some, like, my sisters would just be like, we about to go one-on-one right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like bust through the wall or something.
I mean,
Like, there has to be a way out.
anything possible. Like, everything was just too calm for me. But then I get it. It's like in those situations, and if it's another person, especially like a Mormon, I don't know where they were. They looked like it was like Colorado or maybe even Utah. I don't know.
Well, I think part of the plot, like part of like the like theme is like people will do anything and like believe anything to like be polite. You know what I mean? So it's like you are born into a religion basically because it's what your parents are, and you just accept it.
Yeah, I know.
So part
But
of
it's
their
just
character
frustrating
was
just
that.
as a viewer. You're like, oh
yeah,
if that were me, I would have done this and that.
this and this and this.
Yeah, but
It was good. Highly recommend. And then totally opposite. If you guys are watching RuPaul's Drag Race, this show is out of control because there are so many versions. You can't keep track. There is a version in every country.
which is great because it's a lot more eyes on it, which means there's more like
awareness.
wanting to have
Yeah.
it. What is it called?
Yearning
to have these types of programs. So there's multiple seasons, multiple countries, multiple everything that kind of makes it cool. And in a way to where there's a wanting for that, which has not been a thing in the past.
Well, and it's a reality show that, I mean, I didn't even know about it till like season 7 or 8. And it's just because it was on Netflix. But I remember watching it and just being like, this is like a reality show that's actually a reality show, you know, like, but it's not, it's produced, but it's not people making fake drama and looking beautiful. It's like America's Next Top Model combined with a makeup competition, combined with a sewing competition, combined with a talent competition. So it's like American Idol. It's like every reality show in one reality show, but with a positive message. You know what I mean? Versus all those other reality shows are like, who's going to be the best at the cost, you know, at the expense of everybody else.
Yeah. And just the success of it keeps it moving forward, and knowing that this is something that these talented individuals are just really good at. You kind of see the talent.
Artistry is like unbelievable. I mean, it's, you know, people assume a lot of things about a lot of minority groups, and people always assume gay people are like good dressers or, you know, wear makeup or what, you know, whatever the assumptions are. And like, it's not true because I identify as gay and like, I don't do my makeup. I cannot dress myself. I don't have taste like in that way. I don't like, I just copy what's sold to me at the store. But you watch people like that and they, from concept, you know, like they can sketch, they can paint.
They have a point of view.
They have a point of view. It tells a story. It has history. It has culture. Like, and then they put it together with limited budget and supplies.
And the sad thing about it is a lot of people who aren't into it have actually never seen an episode or season.
Yeah.
And I feel like if people who I know in my life, because we talk about it all the time, like, oh, you should really get into it. It's really good. And they're like, nah. And it's because I don't know if they have like a bias against like cross-dressing or, you know, the art of drag. I just don't think they understand it. But I feel like once people, because I mean, we didn't at the beginning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know because you're not really you don't have access to that a lot. And so once people actually watch it, or an episode or even a season from front to back, like, I think eventually you're just going to be obsessed, just because it's just fun. It's nonsensical. Like, it's easy to watch. I mean, it all makes sense from beginning to end. It's put together really well, produced amazingly. And yeah,
it's like positive. And the irony of drag that people don't understand is, and RuPaul's message from the beginning of all of it is like, everybody does drag. And that's what people don't understand. It's like male versus female clothing.
You get up every day, you put clothes on.
A man most likely made the decision, you know, suit, t-shirt, pants, you know, woman, dress, high heels.
They just do it corset, over the top.
And over 200 to 1,000 years, basically, they've been marketed to that this is what you are supposed to appear to be. But like, at the end of the day, like, we're all naked babies, you know what I mean? Like, so this is like an artful expression and protest of that. So it's like so beautiful, so cool. But I mean, it helps open your mind, like the humanity of these people, you know, like it's such a good show. Anyway, so there's a UK franchise of the show, and every season, not every season, but they usually do a transformation. So it's like people will come in, and sometimes they're from the crew, like the technical crew, like the lighting people. On the UK version of the show, they brought in family members, and every single family member was so supportive. One of the queens or the contestants is older, not really. She's like 42 or something, whatever. But they consider that older because the rest of them are so young. And her father is on the show and he's 78. So basically they bring him in, they do a transformation, and they have to kind of like look like family members in drag. And he gave, I mean, just so many moving speeches about acceptance and loving your child, you know, and it's not the norm. Like people live in fear, especially in America, which should be, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave. But instead it's, you know, the land of the bigots and the home of the afraid. Like it's crazy. So just to see, you know, a 78-year-old man who's lived his life, he doesn't have, you know, too many more years to go. You know, somebody born in the 40s who's seen a lot, have a child who's queer, you know, and just be supportive and positive and like showing up at 78 is just, you know, rare and incredible and so positive. And anyway, it's such a good show.
Yeah. I think he was born in the 50s, though.
The 50s, 50s,
My
60s,
dad's-
70s.
My dad's
80s,
53.
90.
Or he could be
We'd have to do the math.
late
Late
40s.
40s. I don't know. Great Gatsby. I'm not good with time. I'm the problem. It's me. Anyway, we highly recommend watching those shows. We like to cover our favorite TV and film because it's a big part of our life.
There's a really good Christmas movie recently that I
Oh my
watched on Netflix.
gosh. Bonus content.
I think it's called Hot Frost.
Hot Frosty.
Yeah, something like that.
It's on Netflix.
Anyway, it was really good.
It's a vibe, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
Comedy.
Comedy, abs, snowmen. Oh, and our favorite actress ever. Oh my gosh. If we ever have a guest on the podcast, it should be her. The mom, I don't know her name. I'm a terrible casting person.
What was it called? American Mom? Or
American Housewife.
American Housewife. She's so funny.
So funny.
Every time I see her on, when she's on camera, I just start laughing automatically.
Comedy gold. Like cannot say a line without just dying.
Just her facial expressions too.
Her facial expressions. It's unbelievable. Highly
Comedic
recommend.
timing.
Comedic timing. Anyway, we love it. It's so good. All right, friends. This has been another quick episode of the Number 2 Pod. We love you all. Thank you for listening to the show. It's only going to get better from here.
After 30 some odd episodes, hopefully it does get better.
There may be a format. We could buy a floor mat, a tatami mat. Mary Poppins. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.